new and exciting gadgets. Isn't this interesting? Now I can see. Now I can read it. Okay, what I didn't get yesterday was my pyramid. Definitely have to change that. I'm just not in the mood. Little beast got me out of it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the seasons. Maybe it's because my eyes itch like crazy and I'm ready to beat somebody about the head and shoulders for it. I don't know. But I will get better, I swear. See. Memory button, and it resets me up and down, side to side at the moment. Unstable. I guess most of my transmission is going to be in pixels then. Why would it be unstable? I always say I want to do these things when I get home, but I never do. Why do I do that? I don't know. I'm really thirsty. It's really weird. Anyway, hello my clouds. How are we today? Walking in beautiful parts of San Francisco. It's hard to think of Market Street when you see this part. It's so pretty. So, it feels like it's not steady. But then I have to always have something to pick on for some reason. It's so weird. Let's see. Okay. Reset. Let's start all over again. How many times am I going to do that today? So, gotta get the bodyguard to eat out when we're here. It's not his fault, really. It's mine. Because I'm always just like beaten tired by the time I want to, by the time we're going to leave. It is a UPS convention. I swear to God. Where are they eating? There is one in front of me on the other street. It's like, I hope they're not going into Scientology. That would not be good. So, I have a note here for, hey, they knew I was here, or somebody else was here today. I wonder. That's interesting. Who was here that I didn't know? Come on, cough it up. There are 3 of you watching me. Hit the like button. I didn't check I had a lunch date today. So I wasn't usually online like I usually am, watching things. Get my dose of Natalie Webster the first thing I do when I'm awake. And then usually go to Maryland. And it was Maryland and Helicopter today. So I was watching them. That was slightly emotional. It really breaks my heart to see adults of SA children and mine effed SA children or aid children, because it's like, no, we don't get over it. Isn't that amazing? It's rather annoying if you ask me. There's a pole. Hello, pole. They either know my car now or somebody was here. I was standing right outside of it. It's like right across the street. So I wonder. Let's see. Okay. Hold with this hand and look with this hand. And let's see. And I've got a list of stuff here now. I'm going back to my notes, which is a good thing. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? With those organization skills, you can get a job in the outside world. IRL it's called. In the real world. It is the real world. A world truck stop that you're existing in and you need to get out because this is not healthy for your own mind. And anybody who believes that a child is an adult in a child's body is wrong, because they do know what they're talking about when it comes to brains, and the brain isn't fully developed. So you can't make decisions when you are a child. You usually can't make decisions normally until you're 22. Wasn't that a weird one? I found it was 22 and it was just so strange. Now I know what's wrong. Here we are. SP Blog. Her foiler is the true fair game gaslighting, gang stalking, bullying, lying fair game on critics and ex-member capital Scientology taking over downtown. Yes, they are, unfortunately, and we got to watch it from the aftermath, from fair game, from going clear. They all mention it. And I remember when they were fighting over the aquarium. Obviously, Scientology got the aquarium. Do you like having all these buildings that don't have things in them or people? Well, they have things in them, but not people. Don't you wish those buildings could be used to more your society's advantage instead of buying up property and just leaving it after it's been inaugurated, leaving it empty? That's what a lot of the orgs are. They're just empty buildings. It's because the money has to go somewhere, and since you guys don't do charity, the money has to go somewhere because they have to keep their bank accounts at a certain level because they are tax exempt. In a weird way, it'd be better if they weren't tax exempt, because then that money could be used for even the smallest charity things. You wouldn't have to keep up buying buildings that have no good use after their inauguration and people come and say how wonderful this is. Hi Fuzzy, how are you today? I noticed that my streams are coming out pixely. Oh my god, I've got the boombox already, or well, the 4x2 boombox. Do you miss your chosen family? Do you miss your family? Do you miss somebody else's family? Being held down by this society telling you what you can and can't do, or even suggesting what you can and can't do. It's their way of putting it to please do what we say, because it's suggesting. Do you really want someone to control you like that? You know, you can walk out of this building and there will be people to help you. There's the sptvfoundation.org, sptvfoundation.com, aftermath.help. I make sure I say help nowadays because .com leads to a restoration program that specializes in crime scenes. Blah. And if you want to get a hold of them on a phone, 727-266-5797. They will help you get out if you want, because to ask somebody if you can go to the restroom is not freedom. To ask somebody if you can come out of those doors is not freedom. On a beautiful day like this, and you have to be inside if you like it or not. You can't. I didn't see that. Wow, it's really pretty when it's not foggy here. So we don't live up to our reputation then. San Francisco is not always enveloped in fog. If you leave, they can't enforce the freeloader debt because it's not connected to any kind of credit agency. So, and that's just something they make an estimate of when they leave. And if you're a volunteer and you're getting courses for free or discount, they should actually be free or discount, because how can you sell a course if you don't know what it is? So it's a very weird circle that a freeloader debt should not be attached to. Even now, if you wind up getting a phone because you're not sure about what you should be doing, you can always go to something called Amazon Turk. They do free online listings for people who need people to work. It's not a lot of money at first, but if you do it well enough, that person that you were saying doing transcription for, or transcribing from accents that are hard to understand, they like you. They'll up your salary a little bit, and this will all be online, so you can actually do it at the library, because you can access the internet at the library, and it won't show that it's you to anybody who might be looking. And if you do something at the library, always remember to clear your history so nobody can get into your stuff. That's all it takes. It's not very special and it's not very wow. Just clear your history when you're done with the computer at the library. Let's go for a walk because I like to walk. So, and the speaker won't work because if I get any kind of music on my feed, it is not done by me, so it doesn't fulfill the copyright infringement. It doesn't really matter. They won't want to pull it because they don't care. Certain situations is just free advertising, so you might as well give up with the boombox or the baby ultra light boombox. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's what this feels like sometimes at Sesame Street, except for the homeless man down there, which at least he's in the shade. Hi, Jesus is God. Well, okay, he's your God. Let's see. Hypnosis. Somebody had mentioned last week that they thought maybe cult belonging was like hypnosis. You know, you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and you just sort of do a enhanced hypnosis on someone, and that maybe there's a word somewhere along the way that will do one thing or another. I can keep looking around, or people can start following Scientology people with words they think might pop them out of their hypnosis. Hey, it's a theory like every other theory there is. So at least I'm not saying it's done by the government, so that's a good thing. I'm right. About what? No, they're not super dumb. Supposedly, Scientology people are actually above average. It's just that they're easy to... you know, that's only supposed to be 8 decibels above... Run as fast as you can! Did you see that? Oh my God, I have cooties! So, and you should turn that down because it is illegal to have it that high. And I'm not joking. Somebody can call the cops on you about it. Spicy brain. Repeat themselves. Same thing bad is about to happen usually. Hi, Sean Skinner. No, like I said, Scientology and people belong to cults usually are slightly above average. Can't say about the legacy people, but for some reason, because they're looking for some higher purpose. I don't know why you have to be more intelligent to look for a higher purpose. You figure an average intelligence person can do it, but the problem is it also makes them more malleable if they have a higher intelligence because they just feed to it. And they know how to do ways to program. So, not stupid. Just, it's a cult! Just robots. So I said zombies have no brains. So robots that are taught how to do the same thing over and over and over again. Programming. That's why they call it programming. So they know what to do or say when certain situations arise. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. So, and I don't even know the music they're playing because I don't listen to this music. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? If you want to leave, there's a number, 727-266-5797. They will help you get out if you want to leave. It isn't the wrong thing to want to leave. You won't collapse Scientology if you leave. It's mathematically impossible. Especially if they say there's 1 million, but there's not. There's about 50,000. And you're not paying the same amount as the person next to you. It is all based on what you can afford to lose. So you should check your credit scores because you probably have more used credit out there than you thought to begin with. So check your credit cards, check bank loans. Who knows what kind of information they have on you that they can use against you and take all of your money and the money you don't even have right now. And you'll be stuck there for your whole life because you won't be able to get out because then everybody will be able to find you. But you can settle those debts with your credit agency by having a real paycheck stub and telling them you're willing to pay them a certain amount of money to help them get out. It does work because credit agencies just want money. So they'll even take 30%. So that's what you should do. You can go to Amazon Turk and find an online job that pays really nothing, but you can learn by experience and make more money. That's how you get along. With your organization skills, you guys could get a lot of good data jobs and things like that that they won't even know, because you can go to your local public library and go online there when nobody can tell that you've been online, because once you're done, you wipe your history on the website that you're using or the web platform that you're using, and then that way you can get out. You can walk out this door right now and I'll help you get out. Like I said, you can just dial 727-266-5797, sptvfoundation.com, aftermath.help. They will help you get out. They will help you try to set yourself up. And the world is not evil out here. We're not all here trying to suck your brains out. There is no devil. I don't believe in the devil, so as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't exist. So Scientology will not fall apart if you leave. It is mathematically impossible. You will not walk out and get pneumonia. And even if you did, there are enough good hospitals around here. Pneumonia is curable. But what will give you cancer is smoking. Smoking is not good for you. It has been proven to cause lung cancer. Do you really want to cough for years before you die? It's not a pretty thing, and it's very uncomfortable. And you can hurt yourself while you're coughing. I personally cracked a rib once when I was coughing. So, do you really want it to be that way? You should stop smoking, if not anything else that you do there, because at least that way you won't die of cancer. And then you should try to get yourself out. If not, get your family out, because when they're old enough, they're just sent to the blue building to do menial tasks like sweep and carry carts that have dishes on them. Do you really want your family to be that way? Do you want your world to evolve that way? Is it what you always wanted? Because you won't clear the world, because there's nothing to be cleared of. And when you become clear, you get to find out that there are more thetans out there that will stick to your body like Velcro balls. Do you really want that? And you're never going to be clear. And when you're OT8, you will not find enlightenment. All you will find is that you need to start it all over again, because that's the way they work. They can't make any money off of you if you're clear and enlightened. So it will take you decades to become enlightened, and hundreds of thousands of dollars to become enlightened, to find out that you're not enlightened. Do you really want to live that way your whole life? Do you really want your life to be that? Do you want to, when you're older, find out that your life really didn't mean what you thought it? Do you really want to live like that? That was hard. God, I hope that God. No, they have brains. They're just programmed. Is it worth it because they are saving the planet? They are not saving the planet. It's not all worth it. And when they get out, they can reconnect with their family. There is forgiveness. Yes, I know. This is your first time being here, right? So if you looked at my other streams, you know that I'm able to take those tangents too, because I am taking it from the point of not keeping people out, because people don't really come in out here, but trying to get the in people out. So that's why I use the friends, family, picnics, hypnosis. Oh yeah, let's see. So, oh, they take care of me. I can take care of them. Good luck, Osa, on that one. They care more about the decibels because of the law offices around here than they care about me screaming at your doors. So, good luck. Good luck with that. So, and I'll say that too. Let's see, give me a door, give me a door. That other door is really ajar. I think it might be ajar on purpose. So let's see, where is it? Where is it? Oh God, it's that song. Okay, that song I have to talk through, okay? So that song I have to come down here for, because that is a copyright infringement. Let's see what we can do then. Time for a break. Actually, I should take this break on the other side. I'm gonna have to sing as I go through this. La 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 la, do da do da do da la 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 la. La 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 do da do da do da do da do da do 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 do. Well, they can't do that on the other door because it is definitely right next to a restaurant. So that was hard. Okay, now we're looking on my other phone to find my Spotify app. Okay, my Spotify app. Hello, Spotify. How are you? White noise. 10 hours of white noise. So let's turn on the volume. And I can't hear it. No. No. What does this say? No, current device only. Let's see. How does that sound? Am I doing it in the right place? Oops. I hit it. I hate when I do that. Okay, it works when Jess does it. Let's see if it works when I do it. Except, of course, now I have to like knock my, things back and forth because of it and speak up a little like louder. Hello, how are you? So, it's like, thank you, Jess. You taught me how to do white noise. Because they're playing that hideous fucking song, which luckily enough doesn't stay in my head. Did I say the F word? Ooh, bad me. Okay, maybe I can drop my phones. They're both heavy duty phones. I used to drop the one that's on the clip. I used to drop it all the time just to prove it wouldn't break. And Papa Cat would lose his mind. They have the old 3M tempered glass. So where's the, now how is that? Anybody else on here? Oh, I'm boring today, huh? Sorry, guys. I know. Life is rough, especially when it's gorgeous outside. I wonder if it's gorgeous outside everywhere. So it might be a short one then. So maybe it'll be a half an hour. But that horrible song, oh my God. It's just so 80s. Back. So, yes. That's one of those things about protesting we all need to talk about is how to productively stop. Oh, bummer, they closed me out. Oh well, I'll have to talk through here anyway because that other one is just way too loud. Dear friends, miss you. And they're not locked, so that's a good thing. Does your family miss you? Do you wish you were going to picnics with your family? I can step on this mat, and I probably will because you guys are driving me crazy. So, do you wish you were with your friends and family who you can't talk to right now anymore? Do you miss that? Do you miss that you don't really understand the reason why you can't talk to them because they're very vague about the way they tell you? Do you wish that you were out here in the sun and enjoying yourself and listening to sleep? And why we are doing this to you guys? We're not doing this to be evil. We are doing this because this society is not very good for you. It promotes trafficking, adults, children. That's why their passports are being taken away. That's why you also don't see a lot of news, real news, not news that's made up by your society, but real news from real stations that promote mass media, how you guys are not covered like you should be. It's too loud. Okay, I'll figure out new and exciting ways to do this, but can you... So that's the only person here now, huh? 3. It's like nobody's making any comments. It's very weird. We all have those days. All I can think of is my seasonal affective disorder is just making me be logy, or I don't know. I mean, this is just as pretty as my house right now, so it's okay. And you can't really knock anything out of my hands right now because one has got a strap on it and the other one has got a rubber grip on it. So as long as I keep a grip on it, it'll be fine. So otherwise, how is everybody doing? I'm having an interesting day because it's warm. I'm gonna get a tan without, no matter how much sunblock I put on. And these people are now giving the crap of that song, and if they play it loud enough, and of course there's not going to be a cop to go by me to save my life right now because, you know, they're not going to call one because they need to be able to have it up that loud. It's amazing how weird I can make people, and how when it's just one person, the grill there, so you can keep people from knocking things over. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish you were with your friends and chosen family doing what you like to do? Do you wish that a 9-to-5 job was the reason you were complaining instead of being stuck someplace where you have to work more than 8 hours a day because they tell you to? And you can try all you want. I've got white noise on my phone, and you better turn it down, because this is illegal, and the next cop you want to come by, I'm going to point it out, and you guys are going to get a ticket. Do you really want that? Because there'll at least one go by, because you're probably in the routine now. God, they're annoying. And this is, I'm just so not in the mood to deal with these freaks. I'm sorry, people who are watching me clandestinely later. But, you know, I wish they would have some kind of new way to do it. Because we've been taught, white noise, white noise, white noise does it. Haha. So, yeah, like this. Let's see if I can do something else here. That's what a nail is, or a finger is for. Oh, God. Let's see. Oh, my questions. I haven't asked my questions today. I can get in one spot that doesn't like sing that horrible song, and I can keep this sideways so I can have Jess's white noise going into my microphone so they can't hear this horrible song that sounds like a bad something Marx. What was his name? I want to say Karl Marx. So I have white noise going on, so I can't hear you. Thank you. Have a nice day. What have you learned today that has nothing to do with the coursework? How much money have you spent on coursework instead of your own life? Don't you wish you could spend money on your own life instead of having to keep buying books? And if you leave, your on account won't go with you. So if I was you, I would do one course at a time. So that is the best thing to do. So, is the coursework worth it? Is it actually making any kind of enlightenment in you? If it's not, you shouldn't stay, because then this isn't the right place to stay. You can just walk out of those doors and become part of the regular world again. Your world is very specific to have that kind of science either. What kind of science are you allowed to do? Your family misses you. I hate that stupid song. That song just gets me riled. So I'll listen tonight and see if it worked. If it didn't, my video will be gone by the time I get home. And I'll think of new and exciting ways to drive them crazy. Or to make them think about what they're doing, if it has an advantage or a disadvantage for them. Not even the rest of the world, just for them. It's like, are we missing something here, people? And yes, the guy who used to talk to me and come out isn't here anymore. So maybe thinking I'm going to be here. That would be nice, because anytime those doors are closed, nobody's going to go bother. So maybe I should just drive by them and go through my email while I'm parked. Lord knows I pay for the parking, so I might as well use it, since I don't really have a time distinction. So I put a couple hours in, and if it's a couple hours, then it's a couple hours, and if it's not, then, you know, hey, the San Francisco traffic is making money. So, hey, I can sit there and just not do anything. It's not squatting if you're paying for it. So, you know, there's always that. So, let's see. They keep turning them up everywhere I am. Do you really like listening to all that bad music? You have to because I'm here. I'm looking to see. No, that's not locked. There's not really anything they can do. The mat doesn't mean anything. I can stand up here if I wanted to. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish you were at a bonfire or barbecue or hanging out having a glass of water? Fancy water. You know, the water you have to buy pay a lot of money for. Don't you wish you were doing that in a nice glass that you could cuddle because it's nice and cold, because it's probably warm in there? Yeah, even marbles will make you... The white noise work. Oh, it does? Good. Thank you. Because you wouldn't believe how loud that thing is, and it's that song. So, you know, they can pull copyright on that song. So I'm going to go tell them, because that should make them madder. Oh, and yeah, that's just a regular cackle. It's so weird. What did you miss? Oh, they have it really loud up front with that stupid song. One of the two, like, Scientology songs that would immediately get me dinged. But I learned from Jessica yesterday, I think it was as close as, that if you have the white noise up, you can talk through the white noise, and the white noise won't let that stupid song through. So at this point, but it is doing the wonderful work for keeping that horrible song out. So I'm actually surprised you joined. You were in the meeting when I left. So yeah, will make them go bat poo. And since I've had 3 cars usually per day showing up, the next one that comes, I'm just going to go come here and listen to this. So, you know, using their tactics against them. I'm sure they hate that. It's not hard though. Their tactics are so horrendously archaic. Everybody say hi to the Papa Cat. He was going to make me pot stickers, but I didn't get to them in time. So dinner is dog? No, I didn't mean that. I mean, I hear a dog barking. I thought it was a speaker for a minute. So dinner is chicken skewers with rice, because we made this huge thing of rice that we need to eat. Hello, how are you today? How are you doing? It's a cult. You want to leave? So, and guess what? My white noise works perfectly. So you can blast that puppy as loud as you want. Nobody's going to hear it. Ah! Except the people around you, and they're going to be mad. Because I'm sure I'm not the only person who dislikes that song a lot. So, do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish you were out shopping right now for anything? Even stuffed moose. Right, Fuzzy? And thinking about what you're going to do, or if you're going to go get a pretzel or a glass of lemonade somewhere and hang out. Do you want to lament about the fact that your mall is closed and, you know, you can't go hang out there anymore in an air-conditioned environment, and they want you all outside now, which is actually healthy for you. You know, those vitamin D, right? Vitamin Ds are good for you. You shouldn't stay inside all the time. It's not good for you. And all that niacin isn't good for you either. So you should probably drink a lot of water to try to flush as much as you can out. And are we going to turn up the music because I'm talking again? Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got a high voice. So my voice cuts through all your stuff. Sorry. Ooh, that's a cackle. Yes. I tried to remember moose in I forgot my building yesterday. I was really surprised. So, but I did mention moose because I actually listened to it at the end of the night trying to figure it out. Brain. There's a pink brain. Oh, I got to keep this next to it. Yes, I know. I still have to get a hold of a friend of mine to do a logo for me because she does those things, and I want her to make me a brain or brains floating around the Oakland Bay Bridge, and a spicy one somewhere in there. So, and when I have enough for memberships, I'll try to figure out how to make thumbnails, which you can call 727-266-5797, and they will help you leave. Hell, I'll help you leave, because this is not where you should be for the rest of your life. This is not something that's going to enlighten you, unfortunately, and it will make you sad that you are not enlightened, because isn't that what you're trying to do? Enlightenment's not a bad thing, but enlightenment is bad for you if you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to achieve it, and then you're told you're not. Is that what you really want, is finding out that you didn't achieve your enlightenment? That you dithered away all this time and avoided all of the hassles and good of life? That in the archives without getting into trouble. Don't you want to be able to ask a question and not get in trouble for asking it? Don't you want to be able to learn something without having to worry if it's the right thing to learn or the wrong thing to learn? Knowledge is power, not ignorance. Ignorance is not power. You will not get anywhere if you don't know what you're doing, even with this. So they purposely keep it out of your grasp, so you will keep doing it to see if you can find out. You know what? You would have found out in the first couple of years. So if your instinct is to run, run. Ugh. How hard is that to explain? Oh, shut up with that stupid song. That song makes me cranky. Yeah, I still have to wait the 90. Yeah, right. Anyway, but hours. I could do it on hours too. That's why I have 3 shorts of the supermodel there. Trying to figure out oh God, you have to look at the short of Abby because she's trying to eat my cookie, because I thought it was carbs. So I say carbs then, but it wasn't. It was sugar. The little monster likes sugar. So she was trying to eat my cookie off my Hello Kitty plate. Yes, I have Hello Kitty Corral. Don't even go there. I have a disease. And she's on my arm to prove it. So now I keep wanting to sit near the UPS trucks. They must be having lunch somewhere. Oh, it's nice and quiet here. So which one am I in? What is that? What is that? Ooh, is that the back of a computer? Is there somebody maybe on the other side of the computer? Hi! I think I'm so funny sometimes. So let's see if you can see me waving. Yeah, can you? No. In centuries. Yes, I'm a vampire. Get over it. Oh, that's what I should drop. I should drop the Aleister Crowley. The weird part is a lot of people don't know who Aleister Crowley is. One of my own goth friends didn't know who Aleister Crowley was. I was embarrassed almost, but I was being nice, so I didn't say anything. It's like, oh my God, isn't that like the way to get in to goth world, is reading the Vampire Lestat, knowing the history of Aleister Crowley, and worshipping Edgar Allan Poe. Everybody's had a raven. Let's see, what was I going to say? See, it's real. The brain fog is real. Lucky Charms here, so good. I will stay on for a couple more minutes if I can. They don't have the speaker on in here. Do you wish you weren't hanging out here working on such a beautiful day when you're a volunteer and you can actually take a half an hour off to go do something else? Like come out here and expose yourself to the sun, which isn't a bad thing if you only do it for 5 minutes, even without sunscreen. It's because I had to talk to somebody. Do you wish you could talk to your your declared friends, people, family, the guy at the grocery store who you guys all declared for no reason? Don't you wish you could just do that? Even have just a conversation in the supermarket line. A lot of people have conversations in the supermarket line. Sometimes it's just fun to do it that way. Oh, that was... Go have my yelling... Yeah, I think they're playing the stupid song here too. Ugh. I don't know what I did to deserve this. But since you guys can't hear it, it's no big deal. So... he must be at a point. He's working at home today, so he can pay a little bit more attention. That's why I said eventually I'm going to need a moderator who can keep an eye on me when I'm here during the day, because he has to be at work for real. And he knows how fast I talk, so he never knows what he might miss. So I also mentioned it yesterday because I just came up in one of the things that I had scrolled through when I was trying to figure out how to do 2 phones at once, and it came up like moderator thing. So anyway, Aleister Crowley. Yes, LRH was a Satanist for a very short period of time. From all of the documentaries and movies and things I've seen, he became a Satanist to get a roof over his head after the war and get a chick, in my opinion, because he was living with Jack Parsons. That can't be right. That sounds like a game show host. And his girlfriend, and Aleister liked the girlfriend, and I guess Aleister Crowley came around and hung out with them. So he wound up, becoming a member of the OTO because it was cool and fashionable. And supposedly the OTO is, they have pretty women, so they can try to impregnate them for Satan, Rosemary's Baby. So, do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Wearing outfits you don't necessarily like? Don't you wish you could do that instead of having to be here stuck in an office trying to tell people how to become Claire, trying to get people interested in Dianetics, which really doesn't have a lot to do with Scientology. It's just the original branch that the tree, or the original root that the tree came off of. Are you trying to get people here because you promised them something? Unfortunately, only you're promising them is false enlightenment. You will not achieve anything by selling false enlightenment. People may actually get mad about it. So, and with the amount of money people have to spend, since it's on a sliding scale and all you spend is what you can afford, do you really want to do that to people? Because a lot of people can't afford a lot anymore. In Inglewood, they're taking money away from poor women and children. Do you want to be part of that? Do you really want to be identified? Do you wish that you were doing something else and maybe doing real charity? That's why this isn't necessarily a religion. You don't do charity. Religion was started on the base of charity so you could get other people in it with you. So since you don't do charity, you're not a religion. And having the cross as a crucifixion symbol is not right either, because they were crucified also on logs up and down. So the cross is a Christian symbol for people who have Jesus as a religion. So you've even opted the wrong symbol to have on your buildings. So not only do you not do charity, but you're sacrilegious to Christians. That meant maybe you would get somewhere. Having it as a religion and trying to control people's lives is not what to do. It is not the way to have a religion. Do you enjoy having to convince people they need to start becoming part of this society so they can achieve enlightenment? Is that what you wanted to do with your whole life? Did you really want to have to worry about Thursday at 2 o'clock every week based on your last week's numbers? How do you do that? How do you keep going when all you're doing is basing your last week of existence on the numbers you make this week? Don't you wish you were out here enjoying yourselves, or even doing a job that you don't necessarily like? Because there's nothing demanded of you except you do not have to buy courses to become more enlightened, because you won't become more enlightened. Is that the way you really want to be? And when you go clear, which is going to take a long time, then you're going to find out that you have more thetans. They are swarming around all over the place, and they're going to jump on your body and in your body like Velcro balls. So think about it. A ping pong ball with Velcro on it. You're going to say something, and you know what? One of those Velcro balls is going to stick to you. Do you want to live like that, where you're always having to get rid of the last Velcro ball that you got put on? And isn't it rather rude that your society is based on something that has been done by an alien who came and put all of these Satans into volcanoes and then flew by the volcanoes with the equivalent of a DC-8 and dropped the equivalent of a hydrogen bomb So then all of these Satans were released. That's really what they say. You should go online and check it out. It's just a prophet, I guess. You're running by his dogma, which is 70 years old. Do you want to really be ruled by a man with a 70-year-old dogma and also a white male who actually treated women badly? It does not seem that the society has gotten any better with the treatment of women and being able to climb the ladder to enlightenment. And even though Miscavige's wife was once in the whole scheme of things, she is gone now, and she now lives on one of his archive properties. There are about 22 properties across the United States that have a 3,500 square foot house and all of LRH's archives in the property. The property is maintained and the electricity and water are kept on. The archive is usually underground, being taken care of by air conditioning machines. So the carbon footprint you're leaving everywhere around the country, and if not the world, is not beneficial to the planet's health. So if you're going to clear the planet, only a percentage. Is it the percentage you want? What do you do after you've cleared what you're supposed to clear? Is it like Armageddon, where you all go to the next planet, including the people that you've cleared, and then leave all the rest of us, because I will be cleared, to wander around the world and act like that we're still here? Maybe you should see the movie The Truman Show or The Matrix. Both of them are fiction. They are not, or they're fiction, which most of the stuff around the world is, because people don't like being stuck in a very unhappy position. Is your position unhappy? Do you always feel like there are things piled onto you that you cannot do or complete, and you're not allowed to complain about it or even ask for help, because that's not the way that LRH did it? LRH had a whole pile of messengers to help him. So it's not like he did it all by himself. So you should be able to go look into those histories, because it's LRH's. So you should be able to read all of his science fiction and all of his self-help books, or Scientology Society books, and see what he says, the ones that you're allowed to read. So down from that and see what the basis is, and go looking for the guy named Xenu. His name was Xenu, and he was an overlord of another country, and he brought prisoners over here because we are a hell planet. Do you like being stuck on a hell planet? Where is this dog? Do you hear the dog? Maybe it's just a speaker of dog. Oh well. Because they know I like dogs, so they're going to tease me with a dog. God forbid. Yes, I'll put Velcro balls as a membership level. Spicy brains, Velcro balls. So, but it'll take a while to get there, I'm sure. So, do you wish that your family wasn't declared and you could hang out with them? Do you wish the rest of your world before you came here was not declared so you can exist in it? Or do you have to clandestinely exist in your world because since you're not living in house, you have to do regular household activities and maybe studying your coursework, or obviously studying your coursework, and then you can sleep and do it all over again? I don't think that's what's meant to happen in the world. I don't think that LRH would want that to happen either, because he would know, since he studied psychiatry and psychology, that the brain does not function if it doesn't get a certain amount of rest every day. And not sleep rest, but just rest your body to get rid of the anxiety that's in it. And they're bringing me here for a reason. Let me see. I'm going to the back door if anybody wants to meet me there. It's like they propped open that door and everybody's gone from there. So there must be something going on in the back door. It's hot and there's sun, and wow, does he look like it. But you know what, his pants are black. So, but you never know. So there has to be something going on. Luckily enough, the second phone I'm using has an incredible battery lifespan. So, let's see. How many of these people are going to go in that back door? Nobody. Well, I know they can't use the garbage one because yesterday somebody came out in their livery and they tried to get into the other way and it wouldn't work. So I don't know how they get out of the garbage one. I'm going to have to find a heavier sunscreen. Because Lord knows with my hands full of what they are now, I can't have a parasol. A lot of trouble with doors. Yeah, well, here because they're historical and they can't mess with them because these are historical doors that work. And they'll know if they mess them up too, so they can't even like sabotage them. Because the historical societies here know how long it takes for metals to rust. How long does it take for doors to become... Sorry, just checking if it was locked or not. Do you want to see your family? You know, you can write them a letter. They doesn't have to go through Scientology to do that. I don't know why the society... You figure the society wants your families more involved so they can like get the families involved. But since you have to declare everybody that's around you that has nothing to do with Scientology. Is that right? Do you think maybe there's something wrong with that? Do you think maybe that if they wanted you to be communicative and enlighten the world, that they would let you like talk to people who are declared? And if you bring somebody in who is obviously an SP, do you keep them or do you kick them out? Do you think you can change them or do you just say, no, we can't and we leave? That is an interesting question, especially in San Francisco. There are a lot of SPs here, according to you guys. So would you really follow through with that? I'm hot. It's you, and they don't know what you're doing here and why you aren't talking to them because they didn't do anything wrong. People who don't do anything wrong don't need to be ignored. They did nothing wrong except be in a different body. Supposedly, all of us are Thetans. If all of us are Thetans, then why are some of you behind doors trying to sell more books and other ones like me are sitting here in the beautiful sunshine? When you go home tonight, think about those things. Just ponder them or even just have a quick thought of it. All it needs to be is a little bitty little bitty seed, a thought that will promote. This is ignorance and it's not bliss. Go read a book. Go listen to the top 40. Go exist somewhere else for a moment. Go eat at a hamburger shack you're not allowed to. The thought-provoking for the day. Let's see. Oh yeah, the door thing. The historical side. This is a historical landmark. And I'm actually trying to even look it up to see if I can lean on it. Because technically this doesn't... it belongs to the person who has the ground it's on. But since it's a historical landmark, it is supposed to be kept up by the people who own it. Quote unquote. So can't do anything to the inside or the outside because this is also a building I think that predates the earthquake. So especially if it predates the earthquake, it is very special in their eyes. So, or not technically, in reality, does this belong to them or does this belong to the city of San Francisco? So, because occasionally I would love to lean up against this wall just to relax. Maybe I should learn about leaning up against the poles. But now that I said that, also Osa will put something disgusting on them and so I can't lean on them. My friends think I'm nuts. They really do. They have no interest in my channel. And occasionally when I come out with something about like I have to check my tires, they just give me that sly look that, wow, here you go again. I've been called an eccentric since I was 4 years old. And it's really bizarre to have a 4-year-old called an eccentric. And I didn't care. I thought it was sort of neat. Then when I got older, I thought it was not sort of neat. So I actually learned to hate the word. But you know what? As I've gotten older, I've learned to accept it because one of the big things about San Francisco was letting your freak flag fly. Fly? I found the dog. It wasn't Scientology. So I'm letting my freak flag fly by wearing black on a beautiful day. God, I have an Easter sundress I can use from years ago, but no, I insist on wearing black. I'm not gone yet. Aren't you sad? If you're sad, contact your family. If you're sad, contact your best friend from high school, who you probably still talk to clandestinely. If you're sad, maybe you should have a chocolate sundae. They're really good. And there are places around here, like up the street, that you can get a donut for relatively cheap, considering it's San Francisco. And enjoy the donut. It's sugar. It's bad for you. Do something that's bad for you, that is really bad for you, and not people telling you that it's bad for you. You can ask the donut any question you like, and you can make up an answer for it, and you never know. The answer you make up may be what you want to really hear. So being in pretend world is not a bad thing, because sometimes pretend world is what you're really thinking. So go home and talk to your stuffed moose if you have one. Are you guys allowed to have stuffed animals? That'd be nice to know. I could always leave you a stuffed animal. It won't have anything on it because I don't believe in anything. So it won't be declared because it's an inanimate object and you can't declare inanimate objects. So, and if I just gave you guys a new idea, I'm sorry. I'll get over it. Choose freedom, choose donuts. Yes, choose freedom, choose donuts. Save Bob Ferris. He's an elder that's in LA that pushes carts around. And his daughter would love to see him because he's not really doing anything for Scientology anymore. And in a weird way, wouldn't you want to let go elders to their families so then Scientology wouldn't have to care for them? Even though from what I hear, they care for them badly at the Blue Building. Double bunk beds in every room, things like that. So you should push it down the line somewhere and say that he needs to be let go to go to his daughter who misses him. And even forgives him for what he did when she was younger, like ignoring her. Do you really feel good ignoring people? Even when they're begging to be your friends or your family, or begging to even like to be acknowledged by you? You know, some people don't even know if their family in Scientology has died because they don't tell them. Do you want to become nothing? We don't know where those people are. Do you want to be nowhere? I mean, if you believe that your body might mean something to somebody, don't you wish that they would be told when you pass? Are there funerals that you miss that you wish you would have went to because you could have seen your old friends and family? People need that. That's what they need. It helps them relax. And what you would want, at least in this society, is to be able to relax 2 or 3 hours, a week even, half an hour a day, just so you can release the anxiety you have going through your body all the time because you have to sell a book. Think about it. Your society is based on money. It's not based on charity, goodwill, compassion. It's based on money. And you don't even get that money. You don't even get to participate in that money. It all goes to a man who's rather short, who is rather mean, and has a 6-figure income per year. Not per lifetime, per year. Just something to think about. I still love that phrase. Choose freedom, choose donuts. Okay. I think I'm done screaming at the doors for the day. An hour. See, hours are actually getting easier. So, and now that I have Jess's helpful hint for living, so you don't have to mute, you really just use the white noise. If the white noise got over that hideous song, and Osa must have told them that it really did because they stopped playing the music. So, good. Now they're not making everybody in the whole neighborhood listen to that stupid song. And they won't get mad at me about it because if I explain what I'm doing, they'll just go, oh God, yeah. You know, because people in San Francisco don't like Scientology. We don't like cults here. Remember? Jonestown. That's all I have to say. People don't like cults here. So, okay, people, I'm ending. Yes, this is San Francisco. Frickin' Daniel. Aaron Cairo Said, is that the guy who's supposed to be running this place? Yes, I've seen him 3 times. The first time he sort of stuck around, didn't know I was taping him. The second time he went, he went again, because this is a triangle block. He almost turned to me and then went up to Chinatown instead. So I haven't seen him since there. I haven't seen his car since then, because he has a gray Chevy, or it's a gray normal car, like really normal. This is not a normal neighborhood. This is a Porsche neighborhood. So Mercedes, Wagoneers. This is not a cheap car here, this one. So that's the kind of neighborhood this is, because it's a law neighborhood. One of the city's families is kitty corner to these guys. So they also have to pay attention, because they don't care who they are. Nobody in that family belongs to Scientology. If it did, this would be a completely different world for me probably, and I would probably get swatted for real. But I'm not going to get swatted, because they have better things to do at San Francisco. So, yeah, the skating guy. I explained to Scientology through a door once that San Francisco doesn't like skateboarders. It's so weird that they brought this guy here, because it's the one thing San Francisco does not like. There are bars on all of our concrete benches, all of them. So, and we have one skate park here, and the joke is they have one skate park here in City Hall because they wanted to make sure to keep everybody else away and keep them in that skate park. So, oh, okay, then it's a gray Prius. Ah, then it's a gray Prius. It looks old. Not old. It just looks like a normal car. I guess you would call a Prius a normal car. So, yeah, so I saw his gray Prius, and he's as scared as the rest of them, unfortunately. There is no ego here to be found. So the fact that he ran away from a short, round, little, older lady just tells you they have the weirdest tactics to avoid people who are protesting. And I'm usually the only one here. Occasionally there's somebody else. I actually like the fact that all the curtains are up when I show up, because it means somebody else was here, and that's good. So, okay. Anyway, I need something to drink, and I'm not going to get on my... Nope, not going to get on my carpool lane. So, I have to take the long way home. I'm a Supertramp song. Supertramp is band in the 70s and 80s. They have a really bizarre video called Leave It. And that's what the videos were like in the 80s. Just to let you know. So, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Then it was a Chevy Cruze. I'm sorry. Yes, because I said it was a Chevy. So yeah, it's probably the car he drives to be here to be incognito. If I ever see him get out of an expensive car, then he'll have learned that he should have an expensive car here. It's safe. With the law firm, it's safe here. So, okay, I'm really going to leave this time. Good one, have a better one, eat chocolate and popcorn, and eat caramel popcorn for me, because I can't eat it anymore. So, ciao guys.